What's up, y'all? It's TTC, aka the ThunderConductor, and we back for another YouTube video and Twitch stream. If you're on YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring the bell. If you're on Twitch, make sure you follow and ring the bell. We do this 2 times a week on YouTube and 1 time a week on Twitch. I had a question for all 3 of you all. We have my guy Chad Brochill asking about Lighthouse Chronologist, and I've never seen this card, and we're gonna look at this card together. Let's see, and Lighthouse Chronologist. Okay, all right. So Lighthouse Chronologist is a 1/3 mono blue creature for a colorless and a blue, and it says it's a human wizard. It has a level up for 1 blue, and basically it comes in as a 1/3, and then once you get it to level 4 to 6, it becomes a 2/4, and then once you get it to level 7 plus, it says at the beginning of each end step, if it's not your turn, take an extra turn after this one. And so I wanted to throw this to you guys and ask you all, is this something that you think is cEDH viable? I wanted to throw out my thoughts first. Like, before I say anything, I want to hear what the pod has to say. What y'all got to think? What y'all think?
So personally, go ahead.
No, I'm gonna say one of you jump in because.
So I'd say personally for this card, for me, I would not play it just because you don't get that payoff quick enough.
Yeah.
And then there's things like Orcish Bowmaster, a 1/3. You need to get it to 4. That means you got to pump 6 mana into it really quickly, so it doesn't die to a lightning bolt.
Right.
And then you're not gonna get, you're probably needing it to go around a whole turn, and then even if you do get it to 7, say you make infinite mana, if you're passing turn with infinite mana to get it to 7 right
you
away,
literally just
then
took
you already won the game. I mean,
Yeah.
at least you should have already won the game. But
just
passing to another player and then them having a whole turn to say no, that thing's dead, like I don't know, it's a cool card. I'd play that 100% in one of my
if it had Shroud or something in addition to that ability, or like gave you an emblem, or like gave you something to, or
something that stuck.
Something that's stuck. You know what I'm saying? Creatures are easy to remove at a certain point, especially when people see it coming. Now, if you play it, pump it once you make infinite mana, well, then the argument comes up, well, why don't you play Walking Ballista and use your infinite mana?
Yeah.
Then
you drew Walking Ballista instead, and Walking Ballista is way easier to search up. It's
right. Yeah. And so that's my thought to it. We can go around. Rumble, talk to me. You got any thoughts on it?
I mean, it's funny. We just had this big conversation, CK and I, and some of the people we play with, about like win more cards, and I guess that's what I see this as, is like I could see a spot for it in something like Zur the Enchanter or some Pillow Fort deck that has a lot of protection.
Yeah.
So you have the time to get there, but by the time you get there, what's the opportunity cost? What else could you have put that mana into? And so like I agree with CK and you. Like I think you're gonna see if especially if you have to tutor for it, like would this ever be a target? I don't think so.
Right.
But the effect's awesome.
Yeah.
Like I would love
really
to do that in a game.
And I will say, just like in defense of like the Orcish Bowmaster argument, it goes from a 1/3 to a 2/4 at 4 to 6, and then once it gets to 7 plus level up, it turns to a 3/5. So I mean, it won't die to Bowmasters, but we still can't get past the fact of, if you have infinite mana to play it and activate it at that point, are you wasting a slot? The question comes up: are you better off just wearing a Walking Ballista or Aether Flux Reservoir in your mono blue? That's just the
or the fact is you can only level up as a sorcery too. If you could level up at instant speed and it was like an end of somebody's turn, you could just be like bam, get it to a 4 real quick or in response. But the fact that you're like doing it on your turn, now you're like, I have no interaction, like I'm trying to get this to 4. Now I tapped out, I don't have counter spell, you're gonna want your counter spell, so then you're like probably just using 1 mana a turn to like maybe do it so you have interaction on everybody else's turn. So,
and the also thought is that you bring extra attention to yourself, and now you have somebody possibly wasting a removal spell, for example a Swords of Plowshare on that when it gets at like 5 or 6, when they can be using that shit on the dock side on Sisay, or an Atraxa when Food Shade tries to come down, or Curry when it tries to get 12, or Marnius when Smothering Tide's out. You bring extra attention to yourself for something that is scary, but it takes more time to get the job done. So yeah, what do you think, Bissy?
Yeah, you guys have basically said it all, but there's 3 things that jump out at me. One of them is that I my philosophy is that of all decks in CDH period, I don't care the color, 5 mana should win you the game. Like
Get the
a
fuck out of
5
here.
mana
Keep
and
going.
A
Okay.
plus B, A plus B, A plus B plus commander outlet, whatever treasures. I don't care what color you're in. 5 mana, and then let's say Heliod. Like, oh, you're using more mana. Really, Heliod wins with 4 mana.
Right.
Magda wins with 5. Sisay wins with 5. Underworld Breach can be 4. Thassa's Oracle is 2 or 3 or 4.
Yeah.
cEDH operates on 5 mana. 6 mana is protected. Right?
Okay.
This is 7 mana of blue pips, mind you, at sorcery speed to take an extra turn. So, which is not winning the game. That's the first thing. And also, cEDH is able to win the game in 1 extra turn in many decks.
Yeah.
So if you don't have Final Fortune or Warrior's Oath or Last Chance, those types of spells, you do have Temporal Mastery, and you could delve away and then just take an extra turn for 3 blue mana. That's also
Yeah, I was gonna say, or just play like Time Warp and capture. Like, I would rather just do that. Then you're just
those
doing
are
it.
at 5 mana right there. Even those extra turns, 1 extra turn will win you the game if you have the mana. So there's a 5 mana spell to take an extra turn that exists. 3 mana Temporal Manipulation or Mastery, whatever it is.
Yes.
This is this looks like, oh, I get to take 3 extra turns as I go around the turn cycle, and I get to cut in line 3 times. But it's after you've played 7 mana. I'm not gonna even bring up infinite mana because at that point you win in any way you imagine.
Right.
But 7 mana sorcery speed to like take 3 extra turns. I would rather just put a WinCon on the stack.
I hear that. Yeah, that's fair. I think this would be a great card in. Oh, was there anything that you were gonna say, bro?
Oh no, that's it. Those were my 3 points.
Yeah.
Sorcery speed. It's 6 blue pips.
Yeah.
And it doesn't win the game.
Yeah. I first wanted to say I love your mindset on the 5 mana for win cons, because I've never actually thought about that. I feel like I've heard someone say that. It may have been from you in the Discord, but it's like the epitome of just saying like 5 mana. Like, you think about the most powerful, Thassa's Consultation is 3, Thassa's Tainted Pact is 4, Underworld Breach. Honestly, it's just Intuition, which is that's 5 mana for the Savines to get it out the graveyard. Exactly. That's 5 mana. Like,
yeah,
ISO
and
Rev
even
is
raw,
4.
it's 2 colorless red and a black with Breach and Consult with 9 cards in your grave and hand. Like Grixis does it in 4 and 3 all the time. 5 colors able to even Kinnan is able to do it in 5 mana. Like Basalt, Trinket Mage, like all that it's all 5 mana. cEDH,
Rock Ray, 4
Yeah.
mana.
Yeah, totally. Like, this was a pattern I noticed a few months ago, back in November, and then I started like obsessing with content creators and going through it. I'm like, holy crap! Like, no one's mentioned this. What gives? All I see is 5 mana wins, 6 mana protected, thanks to Silence or Grand Abolisher plus the 4, or Teferi Kitten, like, which is technically a 7 mana combo, but you could space that out. There's cost reducers like Rowan and Heliod.
Agatha's Soul Cauldron,
oh my gosh,
in Francisco. That's 4. God damn.
Everything is 3, 4, and 5, and it's across the entire Nexus. So and that's why I look at my cards. I'm not the best brewer by any means. I'm pretty new to the game. Honestly, I'm got a year and a half.
Nice.
But pips matter in cEDH, and paying 7 to like take a couple turns. I'll just play the extra turn spells.
Yeah.
Well, it's actually 9 because you have to cast it. It's 2 mana just to get it on the board.
Exactly. Yeah. I was gonna say that, but I wasn't gonna interrupt you. Yeah. No, 100%. No, you good. I'm glad you said it, because I forgot it at this point. I was gonna say it earlier, but I was like, nah, they'll get to it. No, but you're 100%. Like, I love you all's points, and I feel like this is why I appreciate that we're having this conversation. Like, because this is exactly what happens in the ThunderConductor community. Like, I want this kind of conversation. No one is saying you suck. Why are you choosing this shitty ass card? No, we're saying like, we see where you're going here, but these are our reasons why we personally wouldn't run it. Even if like even the biggest one is like, even if you argue that it's infinite mana, which you want, like, if you want this card post infinite mana, it doesn't win you the game. You better off for that with a walking ballista. Literally, like to switch it out with a walking ballista, which can be argued to be a dead card until you're trying to win, or if you want to value walking ballista, going 2 mana to kill a bowmaster or some shit like that, which makes it never a dead card. You know, we have Prater saying, my personal opinion, good force pitch card. That's it. Okay. And then we have Purple and Fury, infinite mana, walking ballista, or Crackle with power. Give the boys a choice on how they want to be clapped with those shovels. Yeah, basically. Hey, bro, Fury is coming from my hands, bro. I don't think if y'all are watching on Twitch, y'all need to read the chat, because this man has been coming from my hands for this entire game. Fucking hilarious, bro.
Something else I think about a lot is actually the CSA Discord got me on this. But, a great community, by the way. Like Prater and Wavy, we all play in Deck Tech for Deck server.
Oh.
He is also a YouTube creator.
Yes.
That's how we all play together. We play every Saturday. I'm in a lot of servers, but the CSA server basically is like, once you have infinite mana, it's your imagination that stops you from winning the game.
Wow.
So in the meantime, it's like they're basically the decks. Like I like Magda, I like Sisse, I like the machine decks. Like they're infinite amount of layers, they're infinite amount of possibilities. Every card has 2 to 3 purposes.
Yeah. And
in the end, once you have infinite, it's really just your imagination. Like, how do you want to win? Because you have the entire cEDH library or Magic library at your fingertips. What do you want to do? So it's about getting there, not finishing.
Yeah. I 100%.
You finish with 5. Getting there takes more.
No, 100%. I agree.
100%.
Yeah. Well, brother, I will see you all very soon. Oh, very last thing. CK, please pub your channel real quick, brother.
Oh yeah, if you want to check out our content, we're at High Ground Gaming, High Ground one word, gaming. And yeah, check us out. We do Warhammer content, but we're starting to get into cEDH as well. So putting some games together and just released our first game with PT already that dropped this this Saturday. So it just came out. So feel free to give it a watch.
Cool.
You mind if I plug the homie?
Yes,
quick?
bro. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Hey, Deck Tech for Decks has a server over on, or a channel over on YouTube. He does some cEDH content, but mostly it's like high power, hyper synergy. Every Saturday, there's a cEDH community that just plays some casual games. We brew up the jank, we play the jank, and we actively chat. So it's a cool brew community, lots of new players.
Yes.
Check out Deck Tech for Decks.
100%. And I'm gonna get that link from Bissy, and we'll have that link in the bio, and we'll have CK's channel down the bio as well. So if you are interested in that, check that link out in the bio. All right. You got anything to pub, Rebel, or are you with CK on pubbing for the?
Just getting started with CK on that side. So yeah, go check out High Ground Gaming. Go check out Bissy's buddies, and keep watching ThunderConductor. That's my plug.
Hey, thank you, brother.
Yeah.
With that being said, y'all be amazing. Y'all be awesome. If you're looking for ways to support the channel, we have a plethora. Everything from our ThunderConductor proxies, my way to increase access to the amazing format that we call cEDH. If you want to play with these amazing decks like I do, no problem at all. Not to mention, we have our ThunderConductor merchandise. If this is something where you can see it in the little corner, yes, it is the softest, oh my gosh, smoothest merch. I'm not gonna lie, this is the best clothing I ever wear. Y'all should check it out. I love it. It feels good. It makes me look good. We also have our Patreon community. Shout out to our Mono Red patrons. You can join that, and you can also get extra perks like exclusive Q&As, access to get your deck show right here on the stream, and shout outs on the stream. Lastly, if none of that tickles your fancy and you just want to be like, hey T, one time for the fun time, I want to bless you, no problem at all. Check the link in the bio, buy me a coffee. It keeps me up, it keeps the lights on. But with that being said, y'all be great. I'll fuck with y'all later. Peace.